Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome to the Apollo Audio Podcast.
Hello.
Hello, Billy.
Hello, Martin.
That's the two of us. That's pretty good. I like that. We should stick to that.
Yeah. Finally found it after years.
Hello, Billy. Hello, Martin. Yeah. Do we need to say who we are? Yeah, everybody else does. That's all we'll say, I think, this week. How have you been?
Good. Stressed out. We had a leak at the studio last night.
Yeah, that's horrible. All that stormy weather.
Yeah.
And then it's not the rain, is it? It's the wind, because it took one of the panels off.
Yeah. So luckily I managed to fold it back over. My father-in-law is a bit of a genius when it comes to just like DIY stuff. He just had a spare bit of roof.
He's got all the stuff.
Yeah.
Why have you got that? For exactly this reason, Billy.
I was like, have you got any tarpaulin or like towels? And he's like, I've got a bit of roof if you need it. I was like, that's amazing. So he fitted that last night, and then we might get interrupted because we've got a roofer coming in to have a look in a minute.
So there may be a guest roofer on the podcast this morning.
Yeah. And
what's your favourite album? We'll ask.
Is there a band called The Roofers or something like that?
Oh, a good name.
Yeah,
if there isn't.
There we go. Yeah. But getting this sorted, so we'll get through it.
Yeah,
like I was saying, luck happened now. I'm away this weekend, so
yeah, Berlin is it?
Yeah, Berlin. Yeah. Any famous Berlin bands? Berlin's famous for like, was it the David Bowie?
Well, there's Hansa Studios in Berlin, I think. So all that sort of Berlin period Bowie stuff was all recorded there. So
was Beatles at Hamburg?
Beatles was Hamburg, yeah. I know of other bands that have recorded at Hansa, I think. Japan, who were a band I was quite into for a long time. They did some work at Hansa Studios, I think. Iggy Pop, obviously, connection with Bowie as well.
Kraftwerk?
Maybe, probably. I think they had their own place, didn't they?
Just name German bands. Kraftwerk,
name some German bands.
Tokyo Hotel, what used to like them?
I feel pretty bad, like thinking there probably is a lot more famous stuff that happened in Berlin at Hansa Studios, but I'm like, nope, scratching my head. Apart from Bowie, can't think of anything. I was, we were talking about the Alanis Morissette album and how her vocals weren't perfect on that. In fact, I think a lot of the tracks, they just used the original demo vocals, didn't re-record them. So they weren't like perfect, they were slightly pitchy, a little bit, not perfect. Yeah. But that somehow adds to the whole thing, and it's great. And one of our regular contributors to the podcast, about the only person who ever writes back about anything on the podcast, Jason Hollis.
Oh, Jason.
Got in touch, and he said, it's like David Bowie, Heroes.
Yeah.
Vocal, it's probably his worst ever vocal performance.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't change it.
Iconic, yeah.
And it's like, you're right.
That's mad.
When you listen to it, it's like, it's not like, oh, wow. Yeah. But it is also, oh, wow.
It's just human, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that gives more emotion.
Makes a big difference. Yeah, I've never been to Berlin myself. It feels like somewhere I should go to.
We're all a bit history nerds, so we're going, it's my mate's birthday, but we're doing all the history there. There's a World Cup, Germany are playing while we're out there, so it's just timed quite nicely.
Very nice.
And it's supposed to be quite artsy, the city, isn't it? Lots of even artwork on the Berlin Wall and that, so be cool. We're going to a park on the Sunday where they do live music.
Nice.
So we'll be doing that. Yesterday as well, I bought tickets to Phoebe Bridgers.
Oh, yeah.
The O2 got pre-sale.
Nice.
£107 for just a standard seating ticket.
Where's that?
O2. Found out after. Tickets are £90, but £17 like add-on fees.
Oh, my God.
At O2 are taking a fee, like Ticketmaster are taking a fee.
Yeah.
And I had to buy tickets for 4 people. It was £430.
That's astonishing. That is quite astonishing. Yeah, I went to the Hammersmith Polo on Tuesday night, and that was second-tier circle tickets, which from the stage, they're tiny people on the stage at that distance, and that was 65 quid for a ticket for that.
That's what the O2 sort of should be. You think it's a seat ticket, you pay about 60 quid, you don't mind that, but it's like,
it does feel like they're overpriced.
I think that is what it is nowadays.
And I don't know what we do about it, because they're not going to change the pricing unless people stop paying.
Yeah.
and no one's going to stop paying.
Yeah.
I read this morning about how long time ago the Musicians Union tried to ban the use of synthesizers.
How? Why? Must have been
Because
80s.
this is in the 80s really, and they were concerned about synthesizers taking over from real instruments. It was down to Barry Manilow apparently.
What?
Because Barry Manilow did a tour in the UK where
Yeah.
instead of bringing an orchestra with him, he had 4 synth players on stage to recreate the orchestral sound.
Oh, wow.
And the Musicians Union said, we can't have this. That's taking away jobs from actual musicians. And that's how they thought of it.
Oh my
like
God.
synth players are not real musicians.
Oh, my God.
That's what they thought. But yeah, they tried to implement a ban to not allow synthesizers to
How did that go down?
the Musicians Union. Well, apparently they did actually sort of impose a ban, but nobody paid any attention
Yeah,
to
of
it.
course.
And it was only officially revoked in 1997.
Wow. When did it come into play?
Mad. In the 80s sometimes.
That's mad.
Sometimes. But I said nobody paid any attention to
Because
it.
at least you're playing. It's not like you're playing to a backing track, what we complain about these days.
Yeah.
You're still playing it.
Yeah, or AI. They're not doing,
Yeah.
doing anything about that. I mean, you think about the level of sampling. In fact, one of the points they made in this article was that all those sort of big orchestral sample banks that you use now, which obviously are very sophisticated and can recreate orchestral sounds, those are actually supplying work to orchestras. Because somebody has to play them in the first place in order for them to be sampled.
Yeah.
So it's actually giving work to people rather than taking away.
I saw something mad on Instagram the other day. I'd never seen it before. It's a geezer in his garage playing in front of 15,000 people remotely. So there's this band on stage or whatever. But I love the fact that they thought, oh, we haven't got a drummer, we'll do it remotely, but
Yeah.
won't do it to a backing track. We'll still use live drums.
Yeah.
But sure, they could have got a drummer. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
That's such a risky way to sort of do it.
Just the latency is the biggest thing. I've actually experimented a little bit with working with a vocalist remotely, just because it was convenient to not come to the studio, and it worked. It can work really well, but you do have to deal with that latency thing. As far as the recording of it was concerned, what he heard was, because I was playing my session file to him over the internet, and he had his microphone plugged in at his end and sending the audio to me. So as far as what he was hearing and singing to, it was all in time.
Yeah.
But by the time it arrived back in my session, I was tracked into my session.
Yeah.
It's a little off.
Yeah.
You know, I had to realign the audio to make it in time. It wasn't massively off. You know, we're talking about, I don't know, an eighth of a second or something like that. You do have to realign it, but it's
What's the benefit
interesting way of doing it.
of them doing that if they haven't got the equipment, or do they have to have the right equipment? Or
Yeah, it wouldn't have been worth doing it if it didn't have a reasonable microphone interface and a reasonably sound managed room.
Yeah.
It had to almost be studio quality at his end, as well as at my end, in order for it to be worthwhile doing. And you went, why not just send the files and get them to sing to it? It's the interactive coaching part of it. It's that kind of rather than send me 16 takes, just go, can we just sing that phrase again? Because we can actually talk to each other whilst we're doing it.
Well, that's why
I'd still rather be in person, but it was it's when you think about how advanced that technology is now in comparison, like the fact that you can do it at all, it's pretty incredible.
Mad. And it's like you said, like being that in person. So my band, we recorded here at the weekend.
Yeah.
And we recorded in Kent. You, and when we went to Kent as well, it's like having a fifth member. You want that someone else's input of like, do a double there, do a harmony there, do that again or whatever, because it's another ear. So I do think it's very important to be in a room while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like even that he was remotely, you was there hearing it. He didn't just send you the files, you like coached them along to do it.
Yeah.
It is.
And that was the point, because otherwise, why bother?
Yeah.
But I really wanted to have that interactivity and having that collaboration part of it was really important. And we had a great day in here on the.
It was really good. A long day. It's a slog, wasn't it? Got here about 9:30. Well, Jack did.
Yeah.
And you finished about 9, didn't you? So
I walked out the door about 9:05. I was here nearly 12 hours.
Yeah. And like we were saying, people don't realise, like, I think it's fun doing a bit of music for a day. It's knackering. When you're just, like the day before, not so much on this day, but I did track a whole section of guitars 6 hours straight.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I just wanted to collapse. There's so much concentration, so much like thinking time involved, and like it is. But I love it. The same. I'm not complaining, thinking like of digging a ditch,
But it's tiring.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that you're quite right. It's one of the more common things that I get at the end of sessions from bands, especially if they haven't recorded before. They'll be like, God, I'm absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
You think,
It's
well,
just like,
all
go,
I've
go,
done
go.
is played guitar. I said,
Yeah.
but that's not what you've done. You've thought about what you're playing. You've
Yeah.
focused on what you're playing. You've reinterpreted what you're playing. You've added to what you're playing. There's a whole different thing to what you normally do when you just sort of sit down and play for a bit or go and play a gig.
Especially in the studio, you
Totally
create
different.
ideas
Yeah.
on the spot really sometimes, or you might have heard something in practice, but you bring it to life in there and you experiment, and it's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Looking
It was really
forward to
good.
hearing the results of
Yes.
that.
Good.
It was really good. The other thing I saw that came yesterday, and this is terrible. It really is terrible. I'm sorry to say, this is terrible news.
Go on.
But it's a little bit funny as well, especially the way that I read it. This is from a website. I get an email from CMU, Complete Music Update, I think it stands for, CMU. I get emails from there basically every day. So what's going on in the world. Google is trying to have a copyright lawsuit filed by a group of independent artists thrown out of court. This was a copyright lawsuit brought by against the use of Lyria, which is Google's AI model. And Google said they want it thrown out, not valid, because basically the bands have said they've used they've used their music to train Google's model, so you can't do that, that's illegal.
Oh, shit.
And Google have said, just throw it out, because this is not true. They've asked for it to be thrown out, not based on any tedious fair use arguments, but because YouTube's terms and conditions clearly state that Google can do pretty much whatever it wants with the work of any musician stupid enough to have uploaded their music on the video site.
Google said that.
They didn't use those exact
I
words.
was going to say, yeah, that is very unprofessional. They need some new lawyers.
Well, that's what made me laugh about it. They didn't use those words, but that is basically what they've said. Google's terms and conditions have said, each granted YouTube and Google, which provides the service, a broad license to use all the content they've uploaded to their YouTube channels in an assortment of ways. It doesn't quite say anyone who does this is a schmuck and we can trample on them as much as we like, but it's fairly clear that's what the lawyers were thinking when they wrote the submission.
Christ.
So yeah, basically, because when you submit music when you upload anything to YouTube, there's you accept the terms and conditions, and Google is saying the terms and conditions says we can do what we want with your music, including teaching our AI models on it.
That's mad.
So there you go. Sorry, kids, the man is going to win again.
Oh, my God.
The really crucial element of this is that for the likes of us who are independent artists who are uploading stuff, we have no ability to negotiate any alternative licensing agreements.
No.
So this may not be true of record labels, commercial artists, publishers.
Yeah.
Who, when the deal that they will have for licensing and the funding that they'll get from Google for having their music through Vivo or on YouTube or whatever, will have been a separately negotiated deal, which possibly does exclude rights and uses for AI, or will include payment for uses for AI training. But for the likes of us who are just uploading stuff without sort of really thinking, obviously again, this goes back to long time ago arguments. When those terms and conditions were written, and even when you accepted those terms and conditions, no one was thinking about AI training models.
No,
That's not what you were thinking about. But because it's catch-all, it's like, well, yeah, this is a new thing, and now we can do it. Same with artists who wrote contracts pre-streaming for royalty payments based on how much their music was listened to, or how much their music was bought, I should say. And then none of those contracts were renegotiated post-streaming, so they're all on these tiny royalties based on what they would have got for record sales, which, although they were tiny percentages, would have added up to a lot of money.
Yeah.
When you transfer those to streaming, suddenly you're making absolutely nothing.
Yeah. We've hit nearly 60,000 streams, Buddy.
Excellent, well done.
On Spotify. Guess how much that is in royalties?
Oh, less than 100 quid?
Yeah, about 100 quid. Yeah, around that.
Yeah.
That's mental.
It's shocking, isn't it? It's shocking. Like I said, the numbers that you need to hit to be making financial sense in streaming is it's enormous, enormous. And everything's stacked against you. It's not even like the numbers of streams don't even make the specific difference, because it kind of depends what everything else is happening as well. Because and you need to make sure that all your metadata is correct, otherwise it goes into a black hole. You don't earn anything from you might earn from the actual streaming, but not the publishing, if you don't know who the writers are. So that goes into a black hole somewhere.
Yeah.
And anything that they can allocate, and in fact, even the vast majority of the money that is allocated through streaming, all of it goes to major record companies and large selling artists. That's how the system is rigged to protect those people, if you like. That's maybe the wrong phrase, but they get all the money, you don't. So as everything scales, everyone who's at the top end gets better off, and everyone at the bottom end gets worse off. It doesn't directly follow that by getting more streams that you get a multiple of income. Unfortunately, it just doesn't. You get twice the number of streams, you get twice the amount of income. It's just not as simple as that. No. It really isn't, and it's horrible that we're in that scenario. But I suppose we just got to,
I think it's just is what it
can't
is.
Put the genie back in the bottle, as
exactly.
they say. So you've got to think elsewhere. I think
it's good for the consumer.
Ticket sales, merchandise.
We'll start charging £100 a ticket.
Yeah, maybe. maybe that's the thing to do. I don't quite know the answer at the moment, but we've got to figure it out somehow, because we've got to have artists making money, and all those legacy artists that are making loads of money, as we've spoken about before, all those older artists. I've just seen Paul McCartney's new album has gone #1 across multiple charts.
Really?
He needs the money, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But because it's Paul McCartney's new album, and because of the way he's written in it and the way it's been marketed, it's attracted a lot of attention. And
that's the first time I've heard of that. I feel like I'm so out of touch now, like we said before. You just get fed what you like.
Yeah.
So I like Charlotte, so it's like, you've never heard this song? It was like this song by, I don't know, a new artist. I've literally never heard it before.
Yeah.
She says, that's #1, it's in the top 10. I was like, I've literally... I don't listen to the same radio stations as you. Well, it's definitely not on TalkSport. So, I don't listen to the same playlists as you. So how would have my Instagram algorithm is different.
Yeah.
So your top 10 is different to my new top 10 or whatever. Mine is just probably just 90s and noughties. If I've heard a new song, it's a song from 20 years ago that I've never heard before. But yeah, it's so weird how I can miss a Paul McCartney album. Yeah. Even though it's #1.
Yeah. So on that note, we'll now promote an album from 30 years ago that you might not have heard before. Let's talk about the album that we listened to this week. Interpol. What's the name of the album?
Bright Lights, something like that. Bright Lights.
It's
red.
This is how much we care.
Turn on the bright lights. That's halfway there.
Interpol's debut album, Turn on the Bright Lights. We've saved it. We've saved it in the edit. Yeah, this was your recommendation.
Yes, because I've heard... I'll tell you where I first heard of Interpol.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're on FIFA Street 2. Because I was like... He's got such an undeniable voice. And I thought they were really cool. And it was all that sort of time of bands like that. Bands like... I don't know, I never really go listen to it, but bands like The Editors and stuff like that. Yeah. That sort of... early indie sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Or early of that sort of part of indie, not like Britpop, post-Britpop sort of sound. And I thought, they're really cool. And then they might have been on Kerrang a couple of times, like that song Obstacle 1.
Yeah.
Was on one of them ones, it would be like, I've heard it again, like casually, not really. And then when I got Spotify and I came and played it, I was like, this is actually a banger, I love that song.
Yeah.
But that's all I knew about them. And then they're supporting Deftones in August.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I've got to give them more of a go because I really like this track.
Yeah.
And then I taught a song off this album the other day at band as well. So it's like, it's sort of all these signs are telling me like I should like Interpol, I should go. Yeah. Like the Earth's telling me I should go and listen to it. And yeah, like I said, Obstacle 1.
Yeah.
It's like the second or third track. I'm obsessed with that pre-chorus bit where it's just the bass and drums, and it's so locked in. I thought it was so cool for an indie band to be that sort of timing and rhythmic sort of stuff. You don't get a lot in that sort of genre, where it's just sort of like synced up and really in the pocket. It's probably more about the melody and like the guitars rather than like the rhythm section. Yeah, and that's what I really liked about it, and I liked his voice. And the more I go into it and listen to him, I've noticed how much like throughout their songs as well, the bass and the drums have such a crucial role. Yeah, especially because the guitarists, they're not really ever playing chords. Both of them are doing lead guitar parts. Yeah. The bass guitarist is completely controlling what the root note is. Because the guitarists aren't playing root notes, they're both doing lead guitar lines. So when I was teaching it, he completely changed the feel of the song. The guitarists are playing the same thing. Yeah. He's changing notes, he's going dissonant, but it still works. Yeah. Like they're not changing, but he is. Yeah. And I found that really fascinating. I instantly loved the first track, Untitled. I thought it was a really good introduction as their sort of sound.
Lazy.
Yeah, very lazy. Obstacle 2's a bit lazy as well. And they've definitely got their own sound. I don't know if they've sort of changed as much because I don't really know anything outside of it.
Yeah.
But that if you've heard the first sort of track, the album doesn't sort of differ in that sort of in his sort of like guitar tone wise. It's all sort of got and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they've got their sound on this album.
Yes.
It's chorusy sort of indie guitars, rhythmic bass and drums. He doesn't really go outside of his range too much. He's got that sort of low to mid range sort of sound, but I love his voice. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
On the second and third listen, it does become a lot more earwormy.
Yep.
Like New York Kiss, I thought I wasn't really liking that one when it first came round. Second time round, I was like, that's actually quite catchy. Do think it gets better towards the end of the album as well. I feel like I fell off second.
And that's unusual because we talk a lot about albums that don't last the pace.
Yeah. Because I thought it starts really strong with Untitled, then you've got Obstacle 1. Didn't really like the middle track so much. I expected to like it more than I did.
It does take time. There's I can't remember who said this, but I remember someone saying, you don't find music, music finds you.
Yeah.
I didn't really, on that point, I didn't really get this. First time I listened to it, it's like, all right, it's quite good. I've heard of Interpol. I didn't realise I thought they were a UK band, actually. I didn't realise they were in New York,
It's a great band name as well. I think it's a great band name.
Yeah. That's a band I've known the name of without ever really knowingly have heard anything by them. So I didn't hate it. It was fine. Listened to it once, thought this is all right. Listened to it twice, thought actually I think I really like this. And I'm part way through a third listen because I wanted to listen to it again because I did enjoy it. But I said I wasn't immediately taken by it, and it's funny. One of the things that has happened a few times going through these things, listening to their album made me want to listen to something else because it made me think
anything but that.
Not that. No, it made me think. Oh, this reminds me of Editors, who I do know.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to Editors for a while, so I went back and listened to Editors' first album. I thought, I really like this, and they must have been influenced by Interpol. I think their debut album's about 2 or 3 years after Interpol's first album.
Yeah.
So you listen to that, think they must have taken a lead from that because it's so similar. Vocally, instrumentally, all that kind of stuff. But I remember that album, so it was nice to go back to that. But also the New York thing, again, this is sort of a little bit algorithm-driven, but not 100%. But I thought, the Strokes are around about that period. They're New York as well. I haven't listened to This Is It for ages as well, so I went back and listened to the Strokes album. So much of that album I'd forgotten about. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really short.
Yeah.
But so much of that. But then I went to listen to...
Did we do that album?
No, we haven't done anything by the Strokes either. So it just this is one of the things that's nice about it. It sort of reminded me of other great albums.
Yeah.
To go, I must listen to it. Like Editors I really like, Strokes I really like. I listened to... Do you remember Razorlight?
Yeah.
Don't know how I ended up with Razorlight, but I went from Interpol to Editors to the Strokes to Razorlight.
Yeah.
Their second album particularly is really great. And then I listened to the Libertines.
Nice.
I don't know what the connection was there, but I ended up listening to the Libertines.
It's all FIFA sort of music from the early 2000s.
Maybe that's why. It is all around that period. Yeah. It's all that sort of early to mid-2000s.
Sort of stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
And I mean, that's one of the sort of fascinating things I would say, having talked about like the idea of listening to this album by Interpol. I just ended up listening to loads of great music that I'd sort of knew and had forgotten a little bit about, as well as listening to Interpol. So I've had a great week thanks to this thanks to this album. Listened to loads of great stuff.
I'm glad I listened to it. Tell a lie. No, I said I don't know anything else. There was a track that came on after the album finished. I was like, oh, this is really good. So it's going to be one of my favourites. It's off another album where it seemed a bit, because it's not depressing, but his voice is quite melancholy.
Yeah.
And the guitars are sort of like an offshoot from that because they're not really that sad, but it's quite a nice melancholy sort of sound.
Yeah.
This one sounded a bit happier and a bit chirpy. I quite liked that.
Yeah.
So they have changed their sound. I quite like it when the album's got a sound.
Yes.
I like that era of that, and then they change. They're not just the same throughout.
Yeah.
So they have obviously changed their sound. But I'd be keen to hear more stuff. Again, if I sat with it, I need to get probably another fourth listen.
Yeah.
I would have probably enjoyed it more. But more excited to see them now than I was.
So you weren't instantly inspired to go off and does it vinyl? That's our question. I must go and buy this record.
If it was more like Obstacle Ones, then yes, but not quite, because I think that is the sort of. It should be the sort of a good vinyl album, like nice, not too in your face sort of thing. For vinyls, I like to sit down and listen to.
Yeah,
it could be. Maybe I prefer it on vinyl.
Yeah, maybe it is that sort of a one I have to listen to it. I wasn't that inspired, but I just reminded of another album that I did. I think it's very much unknown as well. The opening track on this Interpol album really made me think of the XX, their first album.
Yeah.
And that is an album that I remember when that came out. I loved I loved that when that first album came out, and that didn't. I looked up how much it would cost to buy that. I went and looked to find out if I could find that album on vinyl. And that's from listening. That's the weird thing is that listening to Interpol made me think, I wonder if I can get the XX album on vinyl. And it was that relationship with it. So I did enjoy it, and I said I enjoyed it. The more I listened to it, the more I enjoyed it. But whether that'll be a long-lasting relationship with Interpol, not quite sure yet.
Yeah. Has there been any albums that you've had a longer relationship with? So Jeff Buckley, you have.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that stands out massively. I have still listened again to the Nick Cave album, the Boatman's Call, that we listened to, and that makes me think I would like to listen to more Nick Cave stuff, but I haven't. So it's not been that much of an attraction. I just liked that album when we heard it. I thought,
it's time consuming.
Get hold of that
when you can listen to your favourite stuff.
Yeah, and that's a shame because I do like listening to. I do try to check out new stuff, listen to what's going on, and I do enjoy a lot of like sort of new music. And I think I'm still finding new bands. There's a band that I feel like I really should give a bit more time to because people are still going on about how good they are. And I just listened to that album we did at Geese. I think I've got to go back and check that out again because I thought, it's all right, but all the things that they're saying about it that I hear people saying about Geese makes me think I should like that.
Yeah. Oh, I did like
everything about it. It says to me, like everything the way they describe it is like that sounds so much like the sort of thing that I would like, but I haven't really bothered.
Yeah. I think that was a bit like the Olivia Dean album. Like, I liked it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like blown away by it.
No.
And I really like Olivia Dean. I just like her as a person. I think she's a great personality and she's really cool.
Live performances are awesome.
The
individual songs are great. Yeah.
But there's just nothing. I don't know. I wanted more.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a me thing.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's just. Yeah, giving time stuff, but I guess it's something that I do. And sometimes I think should I do so much of it? But I guess it's because I justify it because it's my job. I'm listening to music a lot because I am thinking that's a good idea. I like how they've done that. That's an interesting thing, even if I don't love the song or the band. Just to hear what's been done, recording, production, I find that sort of fascinating. And I suppose just trying to keep up with what's going on right now rather than think. Oh, what we should, I love the music from the 70s. We should all make music like we did in the 70s would be maybe that's one approach, I suppose, but I don't really get it. But I don't know, it's hard to say. What's a very new band that's really caught your attention? It's really hard to...
So what went off the other day on Instagram, there's that band called Bank Holiday, and it sounded like Oasis.
Oh yeah.
And they've just got one song out. And they did the whole pre-save thing, and then instantly they've got like millions of streams, not millions of streams, but millions of views, and probably tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of streams, and the music video, and that just goes off one. And then I pre-saved it because I was like, I love that chorus, I love that pre-chorus.
Yeah.
And
how did you come across them in the first place?
Just Instagram algorithm, Reels, make sentences to each other. It is an unreal chorus, to be fair.
Yeah.
Don't think the rest of the song really lives up to it, but the chorus sort of makes it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to check that out now because I don't know that. Yeah. It's fascinating, and it was great. So we were in here at the studio recording, working with you guys from Body on Sunday, and whilst we were sort of towards the end of the session when we were setting up for vocals, you guys had a meeting.
Yeah.
And I thought that was brilliant just to hear how what's even the right word, focused you all are on all right, what's the steps that we need to take? It's that to be very aware of, all right, we've got some great songs and we're a tight band and we rehearse and we go and play live shows. But that's not going to make the difference. No. There's more that we're going there's more we're going to need to be doing.
You need to help from other people in their areas that they're stronger at. So we've got a booking agent now.
Yeah.
We've got distributor. helps us with getting on playlists and all that now. So. It's going in the right direction.
It's building a team, right?
Yeah.
But it's all those things I think we spoke about, like the idea that making a song is treated like a lottery ticket, and I think a lot of artists make that mistake.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of I've made this song and I've released it, and treating it like a lottery ticket in that this might be the one that wins.
Yeah.
And it won't be.
No.
I mean, sorry, but I know you said, well, somebody needs to win the lottery. Yeah, but it won't be you.
No.
More than likely,
the team behind
it will not be you. And you've got to put the effort in and put the work in to make that.
You're absolutely right about the team thing as well. Because more I think about that, like we've got 4 in body, but then we've got you as producer, we've got Mike as a producer, we've got again the booking distributors, we've got our photographer that we always use, Graham. Like we wouldn't be able to do it without these people. Well, we'd just have songs.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have anything else.
Yeah. But then you've got other people that are invested in your band as well, and like I don't necessarily mean like financially invested, but are like, I'd like to see you succeed. I've worked with you guys. I've got to know you. I've done work with you on songs.
Yeah.
That means like I'm now going, I want to see them succeed.
Yeah.
So when you do post reels and post stuff on Instagram, I'm more likely to go, check this out, follow this, share this, because I feel like I'm part of it.
Yeah.
And the more you can do that with not just your team around you, but the more you can make your audience feel like they're part of it as well, then you really start to generate some interest. But I say, under no illusions that that's a lot of hard work and does take a little bit of investment of time and money to get there. But that's what it's going to take. Like we said, if you can get to 16,000
There's no overnight
streams.
success, especially in this sort of genre or in a band. Yeah. You got to work.
Yeah, but that's how I overheard you, and I think like that idea of understanding what's going on is that you're thinking about, well, who are the bands that are like us, and what are they doing, and what festivals should we be playing, what venues should we be playing? Because it would be really easy to go, let's just play the biggest venue we can. That's not really the right thing, is it? It's like what's the venue we could play that's got the audience that will take to us, who will follow us, who will then.
That's what I'm saying. I'm quite happy to say no to things. Like if it's not for the right for our image or our sound, I want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not just going to say yes to these gigs if they're not beneficial.
Yeah. And it was it's always the same. Yeah. It's kind of always been the same. Yeah. It's just it was smaller before. Yeah. That's the thing. There were less, like even when Interpol, bringing it back. when they came out in 2001, the number of bands who are trying to do the thing that they're doing is not at the same scale as it is now. It's just so huge. So you're just in this much bigger pond. That's a bad analogy. Anyway, I did enjoy it. But we'll see whether. Well, are you going to Deftones this time?
Yes.
So you'll see Interpol live then.
Yes.
So like,
how good it is.
Didn't like the album, but they were great live bands.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. Loved the album. Actually, they weren't that good live. Could be that way around.
No, that'd be good.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, Martin.
As always, you can find us online at Apollo Audio Podcast on Instagram. If you want to write to us, it's apolloaudiopod@gmail.com. And as always, the most important thing, if you're interested in music production, recording, rehearsing, all the things that you need to do to try and make a success out of your career, check us out at apollo-audio.co.uk. See you next time.
Cheers.